Hello friends, once again we begin with the syllabus of electronics and we discuss the paper first of electronics subject. Okay, so let us check the revision of the previous lecture, what we have discussed in the previous lecture. Check carefully. Okay, now check carefully. In the previous lecture, we discussed the concept of LC filter, that is in the category of filter circuits. So there are four types of filters: the capacitor filter, inductor, LC filter, and RC filter. So we discussed in the previous lecture about the LC filter, its description, then RC filter, its description. Then we have the concept of regulation also, that already we have discussed in the previous lecture. Then we have the characteristic of power supply, there is a load regulation, then line regulation, then we have the output impedance, then we have ripple rejection concept, and number fifth is over voltage or overload protection. So these are the characteristic of the power supply that we discussed in the previous lecture. Okay, now we have the important part of the power supply, and that is known as a regulator. And in regulator, we have very first type of regulator is the using Zener diode, and it is called the Zener regulator. Okay. Now check carefully what we have in the diagram, or we have the Zener diode. Okay, check the diagram here. What we have the symbol of Zener diode. So this is P-type semiconductor, and this will be line is N-type, and it is working in the both the forward as well as reverse bias. So it will have the zigzag symbol like this. So this is symbol of the Zener diode. We have this will be cathode K, and the P type connected to anode A, and also we have the uh, waveform, that is the graph potential versus current, and that will be look like this. Check carefully the current voltage graph of the Zener diode. Already we have learned in the 11th standard in a category of types of diodes. So it is one type of special diode which is generally used in the reverse bias. So check carefully, we have the forward bias, and as well as this will be the third quadrant, that will be in reverse bias, and that condition is called the breakdown condition. So this concept of breakdown already we have learned in the 11th standard. Okay, check carefully. So we have the vertical axis current and horizontal axis voltage. It will work in forward bias as similar to the ordinary diode, but it has a specific breakdown voltage. For example, 5 volt, 6 volt. At that volt, the diodes start conducting the current, and suddenly current will be increases. So that condition is called the breakdown or breakdown voltage. Okay. Now check carefully what we have to consider in the current voltage graph of Zener diode. Okay. So Zener diode is a PN junction diode which is heavily doped. So because of heavy doping, it will work in reverse bias also. Ordinary diode doesn't work in reverse bias. Okay. So Zener diode is used purposely in the reverse bias, and it has application especially in the reverse bias, and that can be obtained by heavy doping of the impurities. So the doping already you know in 11th standard, concept of doping means addition of impurities. Okay. Now number second, the depletion layer is very narrow. So the depletion layer, the layer in which the crossing of electron holes takes place, that region is very narrow, and because of that narrow region, it will be easily go into the breakdown region. Okay. Now number third, by varying the doping level, it is possible to produce Zener diode with a breakdown voltage from about 2 to 200 volt. So with the help of the doping level, we can make the Zener diode which has a breakdown voltage range from 2 to 200 volt here. Okay, so in market we have from minimum 2 volt to 200 volt breakdown of the Zener diode will be available. So if we have to buy, suppose we have to make a power supply of 5 volt, then we should buy a Zener diode having breakdown voltage 5 volt. So that will be obtained, and we have large range from 2 to 200 volt of Zener diode in which there is a breakdown will be obtained. Okay. Now number next is 4. Zener diode can operate in any of the three regions. So we have the three regions: forward, then leakage, and number third, that is the important part, is breakdown here. So generally we work in the two, forward as well as the breakdown. That two regions we have the role of the working or the role of Zener diode is in these two parts, forward as well as the breakdown. And in application as a voltage regulator, we use the breakdown region here or breakdown regions for the working. Okay. Now check carefully the next point. In the forward region, check carefully, in forward region, Zener diode act like an ordinary diode. So already we have discussed in forward bias, it is like the ordinary PN junction diode. It start conducting about zero point 0.7 volt for silicon diode, and the region between 0 and breakdown is called as leakage region. So 0 and breakdown, that region is called breakdown leakage region. That already we have checked the diagram here. So this will be a region here, leakage region, small current will be flow in this region here. This is because of the minority charge carriers. There are majority charge carriers and minority charge carriers in case of P and N region. And because of that, there is small leakage current will be flow, and which is negligible current here. Okay, so that is called the leakage region. Now number 6, in this region there is only small leakage or reverse current in the Zener diode. The breakdown has a very sharp knee voltage, but at the breakdown suddenly the current will be increases to maximum value, and that particular condition is called breakdown here. So in reverse bias, Zener has a particular voltage. At that voltage, the current suddenly increases, and that condition is called the breakdown here. Okay, so already we have learned in the 11th standard. Just go through the syllabus of 11th standard and check the working of this Zener diode, how it is work and how it is differ from the ordinary PN junction diode. Okay. Now number 7, the voltage is almost constant and approximately equal to Vz over the most of the breakdown region. So across the Zener diode, the voltage remain constant here. Suppose equal to the breakdown voltage Vz, that voltage across Zener diode remain constant. Suppose we buy 5 volt Zener diode. So there is always a 5 volt will be appear across the Zener diode here. Irrespective of the current here, the voltage always has a constant, and that is equal to Vz over the breakdown region here. Okay, so these are the points. Now check carefully, we have certain other points. So what is the rating of the Zener diode? So number first is the power dissipation. So we have general formula and the meaning of power here. Power already we know in electricity, there is a product of voltage and current. So Pz is equal to power of Zener diode. Pz is equal to Vz into Iz. Vz is a breakdown voltage and Iz is the maximum current flowing through the Zener diode, and that will be gives the power rating. And that if we calculate for the different types of diodes, Zener diodes, it will range from 1/4 watt or 0.25 watt to 50 watt. So quarter watt to 50 watt, that is the range of the power rating of Zener diode. So that much power can handle the Zener diode. So that is called the power rating. Now number second, also very easy, the maximum current rating here, IZM here. This is the maximum current of Zener diode can handle without exceeding its power rating. So without exceeding the power rating, these diode can handle the maximum current. That is called the current rating here, or maximum current rating IZM. So Z for Zener and M for maximum, IZM, that is maximum current rating of the Zener diode here. We have again the same formula, IZM. So again we have same formula, IZM we can write as PZ divided by VZ. So same formula for power we replace here also. Okay. So this is the second number rating, and number third is the Zener resistance. So Zener resistance in bracket suppose RZT. So or we have the Zener impedance. So Zener diode has certain resistance between two terminals, and that resistance is denoted by suppose DC voltage I is RZT, or Zener impedance, that is ZZT. So is specified at the same test current IZM used to measure VZ here. Okay, so we have the test current IZM, and we used to measure VZ. So VZ and corresponding IZM, and accordingly voltage and current we obtain the resistance or impedance. So that will be called the Zener resistance here. So that part is not much useful here. The first and second, power rating and current rating, is important rather than the Zener resistance. But according to a textbook, we have given these also. So Zener resistance means the resistance of Zener diode when it carry certain current or the maximum current. Suppose the test current means maximum IZM, maximum current that can handle the Zener diode, and potential is VZ remain fixed. So VZ divided by I, we obtain the resistance, and that is called the Zener resistance here. Similar formula we can apply for the impedance also, that is in case of AC signals here. Okay, so this is the characteristic or the different ratings of Zener diode. Now we have the application of Zener diode, and that is as voltage regulator. So we have the important question generally asked in examination, that Zener diode as a voltage regulator here. Check carefully the diagram, very easy diagram. So we have unregulated power supply. So unregulated power supply consists of the element, for example, transformer, then the rectifier circuit, then filter circuit. So that are the it contain in the unregulated power supply, transformer, rectifier, filter, all is in this box here, and that is called unregulated power supply. That is cannot be regulated, means it will be increase or decrease according to AC mains as well as load resistance. So here we have the positive terminal and negative terminal of the output of unregulated power supply. Now we have the connections. Check carefully. One positive terminal go to the RS. Then here we have connection of the Zener diode. So positive will be connected to the N type of Zener diode, and negative terminal of the supply connected to P type of diode. So here Zener diode is connected in reverse bias, and we have the next part is load resistance RL, across which we obtain the output voltage. Okay, so here we have one resistance called series resistance, then Zener diode connected in reverse bias, that is the important part of the circuit, and the load resistance across which we have the output regulated voltage. Okay, so this is simple diagram, and what are the description we have to write down in case of the Zener as a voltage regulator. So we consider very simple points here. Check carefully. Number first point, the Zener regulator is connected between, so Zener regulator connected between the output of filter that already we have explained, and the load. So in between filter and load we have to connect the Zener diode. Number second, the Zener regulator consists of current limiting resistor, that is called RS. So already we have check the diagram once again. RS is a series resistance, so that is called current limiting resistance. RS connected in series with the input voltage, and second component is Zener diode connected in parallel with the load here. So these are the connections of Zener diode. So Zener regulator consists of only two components, one Zener diode and series resistance RS. Okay. Number third is the Zener diode is reverse bias. So we connect the Zener diode in reverse bias. So one of the important concept here. Again, we have to remember, in case of drawing diagram, we connect the Zener diode in reverse bias. Okay. Number next, the diode is selected with breakdown voltage equal to the voltage across load here. So we select the breakdown voltage, and that breakdown should be what we require here. Suppose we require 5 volt output voltage across load, so we have to buy the Zener diode of 5 volt. Suppose we require 10 volt, then we have the voltage will be across the, suppose load voltage we require suppose 10 volt, then we have to buy this Zener having breakdown voltage 10 volt like this. So that will be the condition here. Now we have simple formula, Rs is equal to Vz minus Vs divided by Is. So this is the resistance Rs, and the Rs we can calculate as the Vz, means voltage across the Zener diode, and here we have the Vs, and remaining voltage will be across the Rs. So current through Rs is Is, and total will be here Vs. So total Vs, suppose we have voltage suppose 12 volt, and we require 10 volt output across RL or across Zener diode, then 2 volt should remain across Rs. So 12 volt output of unregulated power supply, then 2 volt will be across Rs and 10 volt across either Zener or load resistance like this. So that we can write potential across the Rs is equal to Vs minus suppose Vz or the VL like this. Okay. So check carefully, Vz minus Vs divided by Is here. Okay. Now where Is is the current from the unregulated power supply. Okay. So this will be the current from the unregulated power supply. Okay. Now check carefully what we have the formula. So Rs is equal to Vz minus Vs divided by Is, and accordingly Is is a current from unregulated power supply. Now we can write like this, Is is equal to Vz minus Vs divided by Rs here. So Is we can write Vz minus Vs divided by Rs, and from that we have the simple formula for current here. So this is according to your textbook here, Is is equal to Iz plus IL here. Okay, check carefully. Is is the current from unregulated power supply. Just check this formula are not important. Here we have the important formula for current here. So check formula for current is equal to Is is equal to Iz plus IL. Check carefully. Once again, suppose Is, we have the that is called Kirchhoff current law. So according to that law, if we have the junction point, suppose this, Is will be the total current that is flowing through Rs. So total current Is divided into two parts, Iz and plus IL here. So Iz IL, that if we add, then we obtain the Is. So Is will be divided into two parts, Iz and IL simply. So this is the important relation for current that we require. Okay. So Is is equal to Iz plus IL, and based on this formula we have the description or the effect of supply voltage variation and line voltage variation or the load variation like this. So we have the two parts. So description or the working of the Zener diode as voltage regulator, we have two categories. One will be the supply voltage, AC mains will be fluctuates, and there is a regulation. And second one is, check carefully, effect of load current variation. So check carefully, effect of supply voltage variation and effect of load current variation. So based on these two, we have to write down the description. Now check carefully number first here. If there is increase in input voltage Vs, suppose AC mains increases and unregulated power supply voltage Vs, that also suppose increases, then what happens? The current through Zener diode Iz increases and the load current IL remain constant. The extra voltage is a drop across Rs. Okay, so what we have according to diagram, suppose Vs increases. So as Vs increases, so there is increase in Is. So Is will be increased. If Is increases, then which factor will be increased? Iz increases. So current through Zener increases so that IL remain constant. So this current remains constant. If this increase in Is, there is increase in Iz, and accordingly IL remain constant. Suppose we have an example of the condition. Suppose we consider an example. Suppose here IS is suppose 7 ampere current, and here we have IL is equal to suppose 5 ampere current. So IL 5 ampere current should remain constant, and for that we have set these two values, or there is a fixed value. This is suppose 5 and this is suppose 7, and here is suppose 2. So IS 7 is equal to 5 plus 2, suppose like this. Now what happens if suddenly the Vs will be increases? Suppose Vs increases, and accordingly Is, previously it is suppose 7 it becomes suppose 8. So Is will be suppose increases from 7 to 8. Then what is increase here? Iz will become increase from 2 to 3. So if Is increases, then Iz increases, and IL remain constant 5. Suppose this will become 7 to 8, then this Iz will become from 2 to 3, and accordingly IL remain constant 5 amperes. So this is the regulation process. Okay, check carefully. Once again we read the first point. So this is one of the important topic. If there is increase in input voltage Vs, input voltage increases, the current through Zener diode increases. So Iz increases, and the load current IL remain constant. The extra voltage is drop across RS. So extra voltage will drop across RS, and across the Zener diode voltage remain constant here. So this will be the working here that we already explained according to the diagram here. Okay. Now check carefully number second. If there is a decrease in input voltage, suppose voltage decreases, the current through Zener diode decreases, and load current IL remain constant. Same process will happen here. If there is a decrease in input voltage, Vs suppose decreases, then Is also decreases, and due to decrease in Is, there is a decrease in Zener voltage, Zener current, and accordingly the IL, the load current, should remain constant here. So exactly opposite of this condition, we have increase and here we have decrease. So as a load current remain constant, output voltage remain constant here. So load current, if it is constant, load resistance, and accordingly load resistance also constant, load current remain constant. So potential across the load will be the voltage, that also remain constant here. So this regulation is called the line regulation. Okay, so this is the first part. Similarly, we have the second part also. Check carefully. Effect of load current variation. Effect of load current variation. Now, if you change the load or load resistance, then there is change in the load current. Now, what we have given in number third point, check carefully. When this Zener diode operate in breakdown region, Zener voltage Vz remain constant even though the current Iz flowing through it may change. What is meaning of this is the Vz remain constant. Zener voltage remain constant even though current Iz flowing through it. Iz flowing through it may be change or increase or decrease, but potential Vz remain constant. So there is the role of the Zener diode, or which is the function of the Zener diode. Now check carefully number fourth point. When there is a reduction in load resistance, check carefully. When there is a reduction in load resistance decreases, then which value increases? Load current increases. Load current IL increases. The current Iz decreases by same percentage. Suppose we have, now check carefully, this can be understood with the help of diagram. Check carefully. Suppose there is a decrease in load resistance. If load resistance decreases, then the current will be increases. Current and resistance are opposite to each other. Suppose resistance decrease, current will increase. So as IL increases, but here Is will remain constant. So Iz decreases and IL increases. Okay. So IL means load current. If it is increased, then there is a decrease in Iz, so that Is here from the unregulated power supply is constant here. So Is constant, here there is a IL increases and corresponding decrease in Iz. Suppose IL increases, then corresponding decrease in Iz. Suppose IL decreases, then Iz increases. So these will be increase or decrease. So here potential or output voltage remain constant. So the role of here is IL and IZ. Accordingly, the output voltage VO remain constant. Okay. So check carefully that same point. When there is a reduction in load resistance, load current IL increases, the current IZ decreases by same percentage, and IS is kept constant. As IS is kept constant, or it is always remain constant, therefore drop across RS is kept constant, and if RS drop across RS is constant, then VO also remain constant. So these will be the general working. I have selected the small selected points here we have taken here for understanding, and that this thing you have to write down in examination. So drop across RS is kept constant and VO remain constant here. So there is a either increase or decrease in IL. So either increase or decrease in IL that can be compensated with the IZ here, and accordingly VO remain constant. That you have to write down in examination. Okay. Thus, Zener diode voltage regulator provide line regulation and load regulation. So this part is called load regulation, and previous part is called the line regulation. One of the important topic, and number of times the question will be asked. Explain the Zener diode as a voltage regulator with the help of neat circuit diagram. So that you have to draw the diagram and the description that carry 3 marks question or 4 marks question. Okay. Now we have the next part, that is called the transistorized regulators. So that we will understood the just a diagram and its small working here. The 2 points we have given, 2 pages. We have the 2 slides which will be explained in short the working of these diagram here. Now check carefully. In case of the regulator, Zener diode regulator, or using Zener as a voltage regulator, there is certain drawback that we have limitation to the regulation here. We have certain range of regulation, but that can be minimized with the help of transistorized regulator. For that, you should know the working of transistor. Okay. Now check carefully. Here we have 2 transistors, Q1 and Q2. So we have the connection from, suppose, the positive and negative. This is unregulated power supply. So power supply of consists of the transformer. Once again, we have the transformer, rectifier, and filter. So that output of filter is given here as positive and negative. Now check carefully a diagram. R3 we have taken from the positive supply and connected to the collector here of the Q1, and that will be connected as the base also. So base of Q2 connected to the collector. Similarly, the R5, that is again the potential given from potential taken from the positive terminal connected to the emitter of the Q1 here. And here also we have the Zener diode P type and N type, and across which we have the voltage VZ here. Okay. So this will be the connection. Now here output we have the 2 resistance R1 as well as R2 here. So we have variable resistance. So these variable resistance we can divide into R1. So this section is called R1 here, resistance 1, and remaining this total section is called R2 here, and across which we have the output voltage across load resistance RL. Okay, so these are the circuit, and one more thing we have given the we have taken the feedback here from the R1 R2. We have the feedback is given to the base of Q1. So feedback means the output portion of output is obtained here, and from output we have given the feedback to the transistor Q1. Okay, so based on that feedback we have the working of this circuit here, and feedback voltage is VF here. Okay, so check carefully the diagram, try to draw the diagram, and accordingly now we have the important part of working here. Check carefully. Gradually we check the 1 by 1 points here. Okay, the DC input voltage is obtained from an unregulated power supply consists of a rectifier and filter circuit. So this input we have taken from the filter circuit. Unregulated power supply means rectifier and filter, After filter, we have the positive terminal and negative. So filter output is taken here as positive and negative. So here we have one positive of positive and negative terminal of filter circuits. Okay. Now second number, transistor Q2 is emitter follower. So this is the application of transistor, and it has the number of application or working. And this circuit we have Q2 act as emitter follower. So what do you mean by emitter follower? That you have already learned in the 11th standard. Just check the textbook of 11th standard and just check the working of transistor, and it has the number of sub points, and in which we have one circuit is called emitter follower circuit here. So in this circuit we Q2 act as emitter follower, or Q2 is called simply series pass element, means it will pass the current, and that it is called series pass element because all load current pass through it. So it is act as series resistance, for example. So as in the Zener diode we have series resistance. So that type of the series pass element, that is the Q2 is act as like this. Okay. Now number third is transistor Q1 operate in active region. Now for transistor Q1 operate in active region as a linear CB, common base amplifier here. So it has a linear characteristic and it is working in active region, and accordingly active region, already we know there are three regions of transistor: cutoff, active and saturation. So here we have the working is in active region, linear CB amplifier, and it serves as a differential amplifier. So already we have again the concept of differential amplifier also we have learned in 11th standard. We have the last topic in case of the transistors, that is called differential amplifier in case of transistorized amplifier. Okay. Now number fourth is, now we have the working of this circuit is a voltage divider formed by R1 and R2 samples the output voltage V out, sample the output voltage V out and delivers a feedback voltage VF to the base of Q1. So from output R1 R2 samples the output and take the certain feedback from the output voltage, and that feedback voltage is Vf, and that feedback is given to the base of Q1 here. So that already we have checked in the diagram. So from this terminal R1 R2 process the output and take the certain feedback voltage Vf, and that will feed to the base of the Q1 here. Now what happens when we give the feedback? The feedback voltage Vf control the collector current of Q1. Okay. So as the feedback voltage given to the base, so either base increase or decrease, accordingly the conduction or the transistor Q1 can be controlled with the help of the base current. If it is increases, then collector current will flow toward the emitter, that increases. If base current decreases, the collector to emitter current will decreases like this. So that will be the controlling element of the Q1. So base current control the amount of current flow from the collector to emitter. So arrow is called emitter here. So current will flow in this direction. Okay. Now we have the important part. Check carefully. If V out, now if V out try to increase, output voltage suppose try to increase, more Vf is feed to the base. Vf will be also increases, and that Vf feed to the base of Q1. Suppose output voltage increases and potential across R1 and R2, that is R1 R2 also increase, that is called feedback also increased feedback given to the base, and that base increases. What happens? Check carefully. This produces a larger Q1 collector current. So as base current will increase, the collector to emitter current will be also increases, and collector current, larger Q1 collector current through R1 and less base voltage at Q2. Now check carefully, less base voltage at Q2. If at this point, if current is flowing in the direction, so potential at this point will be decreases. So as current increase, potential at this point will decreases, and this decrease the base of Q2. As base of Q2 decreases, it will conduct Q2 less. So conduction of Q2 will be decreases as its base voltage decrease. So collector to emitter current, that is controlled by here base here. Check carefully diagram. So as base current decreases, collector to emitter means series element, that current will be decreases, and that will be, and accordingly if current will decrease, V out also decreases. So if current decreases, output voltage also decreases here. So this is the principle of working of the diagram here. Check carefully. Once again, we have the fifth point. So this is the one of the important point. If V out try to increase, more VF is feed to the base of the Q1. This produces large Q1 collector current, and due to that, through R1 and less base voltage at Q2, therefore output voltage decreases. And if here we have considered output try to increase, so here try to increase and output voltage decrease. So output voltage, suppose it did try to increase, but because of the circuit here, it will again remain constant here. So this will be the important working point of the circuit diagram. Similarly, exactly opposite here, if V out try to decrease, base voltage of Q1 decreases, base of Q2, again base of Q1 decrease and base of Q2 increases, and causing increase in output voltage. So if base increases, then series pass will be increase the current, and accordingly that current will flow through the resistance and potentially be increases. So if V out try to decrease, then this circuit will be again increase output voltage, so the output voltage remain constant here. So these 2 points are very important. Teacher generally check the answer, and in that answer these 2 points should be there in the working of transistorized regulator. Okay. Number 7, does any change in output voltage produces an amplified change in output voltage in opposite direction? So any change in output voltage produces amplified change in output voltage in opposite direction, and that opposite direction cancel. So what we have given, therefore any change in output is cancel and we get constant output voltage. So that output voltage remain constant. So if current will be voltage will increase, then that should remain balance as it is the increase in opposite direction. So the overall voltage remain constant. So this is the working of the transistorized regulator. We have certain formula also, that in case of transistorized regulator, then we have the current limiting facility of transistorized, then we have the IC regulators. So in next lecture we have certain formula, and that will be discussed as the output voltages of the circuit here. Okay, so that we'll learn in the next lecture. Go through the video lectures, try to note down the notes, carefully draw the diagrams, remember the technique of drawing diagrams, what are the symbols of the different components, their polarities. So these are the important topic. Okay, and one of the important topic of the electronics 1 syllabus here as a power supply. Okay, so in next lecture we begin with the output of transistorized regulator. We have certain formula, and then we have the current limiting facility and different types of the IC regulators that we are going to discuss. Okay. झालं सर.